Okay, so we are live. We are also recording. Is my audio video fine? Once for the final time, not or not audible. Geeta is saying not audible. Can I have a confirmation at least from about 5 to 10 parents? Is my voice clear? Is my audio video everything fine? Please type S in the chat box. Okay, on that note, how many of you are excited to get started with the second day, the day two? It was really an awesome interactions what we had since morning. Though I didn't get many activity based feedback. Okay, most of you are engaged in sending us the emotional reason. That's the way to go about it, because everything will boil down to the fact how seriously you people have taken this entire opportunity in yesterday's session. And those of you who have missed yesterday's session, please go to the link. We have already provided the recording link, and just go watch the recording and then only get started. Of course, I don't want you to quit the meeting now, attend this, but go to the first day session. That is the most important. I can guarantee you that people who make up their mindset, who get into the right mindset, who are going to make those emotional goals, they'll go a long way in getting wonderful results for any issues whatever they might face in the future as far as the parenting is concerned. Okay, on that note, I don't want to take much of your time today. Like I told you, my wife is waiting here. She is excited to get started as well. And she's a lady, like those of you who probably, I'm repeating it again, like what I told you yesterday. Initially, I was not so much interested in these kind of parenting programs and learning something from others and finding out, tuning out ourselves with others' guidelines and stuff like that. And my wife was totally vehement upon me getting started with this kind of an opportunity for my daughter. My daughter is now 17 years, and when she was very small, that is the time when we started venturing into these kind of opportunities. Okay, and I walked into one of the seminars. You can go through yesterday's recording. The complete history is there. And today, look at me, I'm sitting here and talking about parenting. Okay, and it is only because of her consistency, persistency in terms of convincing me, and whatever she learned and she started implementing it, we started seeing wonderful great results. And that's how we launched this program, and due to which we have helped more than around 35-40,000 parents as on date. Month on month, there are about thousands of parents who are getting into our community. Okay, on that note, my wife is going to get started with the session now, and I'm going to be seeing you on Thursday evening. Okay, till then, all the very best. Happy parenting. Take care. God bless you all. And I'm sure that all of you are ready with your notepad and pen. If not, please go grab your notepad and pen and come back here. And my wife is going to be getting started with the session now. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I hope I am. Um, yeah. Okay. So I hope all of you are able to hear me. Is my audio video fine? Okay. Great. Yes. Just give me a moment. Okay. That's wonderful. So just let me share my screen and then immediately I start with today's session. Okay. Okay. So is my screen also visible now? So welcome all of you. Welcome to day 2 subconscious parenting session. So somebody who wants to send the message in the group, in the chat box, please put it to everyone in the group. No personal messages. If I have to put something, again I have to go and change the settings, I believe. I will try to fix it now only. Okay, fine. Anyways. So some ground rules. Please have a notepad and a pen, and whatever you listen here or what makes sense here, please put it put on one small note. At least a word to remember. That will give you kind of a very good brush up later. Even after a few years, you look into it. I think you would really recall everything whatever you have heard. Otherwise. All these 5 days you are going to be totally excited, and you will learn so much, and after which it feels like, yeah, we do have the blessing of forgetting everything, right? So you may miss out on so many things. Please, I request all of you to have the practice at least in your mobile or somewhere. I would suggest one diary exclusively for the child's sake. Okay, from the day one when the child is born, exclusively you just maintain a diary for the child. Whatever happens to the child, you just note it down, or maybe you do some remedies, you do some any trouble, any problems we face, we do figure out some certain solutions, right? So we do it, and if it works out, please write it down. It is going to be documented. It's going to be even useful for your second child or even to other children as well. Fine. So we Indians lack in documenting things like that. See, we only listen to our elders, we pass on the same to our younger generation. That is what is being done all these years. What happens when you listen something, though you feel that 100% you know about it, but we will be able to deliver only 20% of out of what we have kind of understood. So with this, in this process, it dilutes every time. So please, whatever you do, you document it. So in the same diary, you can even make notes in whatever you learn about parenting, or whatever you get to share it with others, or anything you can do there. Fine. Yeah. So one more thing, I don't want you to ask me any questions in between the session in the chat box if it is not relevant to that topic. Okay, generally what happens when we are sitting and thinking about our children and we are in the session, the problems what occurred maybe latest in the evening or afternoon or yesterday morning, that is what it troubles us. You put such questions and I deviate from the topic, and it is so hard for me to come back to the same topic. Okay, so please don't do that. We will have a question answer session at the end of today's session. We will discuss all the questions. You can unmute yourself and ask me the questions, so we can go on with the question answer sessions. Fine. Yeah. So otherwise, what we are going to do in today's session, you need to understand. So first we are going to learn about little about mind. So maybe the conscious mind, unconscious mind, subconscious mind, all this we are going to learn. And we are also going to learn about the concept of subconscious mind a little deep, and how it impacts the children who grow up between 0 to 8 years, and how we need to do the parenting at this age. Okay, very important topic. Be attentive and be there in the session and do understand the concepts properly. So I want you to understand whatever we are going to give you in these 5 days. I want you to completely understand the concept. I don't want to focus on any minute things. Just please understand the concept and follow. That is going to set your child's childhood for several years. Okay, it will be a very fulfilled parenting journey, I would say, if you understand the concept and implement. Fine. So there is a lot of kind of research put in. There is a lot of learning, and there is a lot of experience put in terms of designing this 5-day bootcamp. And definitely it is going to help you for many more years. Parenting is just not a 5 days journey. It's a 25-year-old long commitment what we have towards parenting, right? So it's going to definitely help you. Okay. And again, we are going to learn about a wonderful technique called sleep learn technique. So this sleep learn technique is used to remove any bad behavior in children or to inculcate some good habits in children. Okay. And after which we are going to learn about some basics in the sense, it's like you might be facing certain issues with your child. you know. So you need to know the root cause of it, why this is happening, right? So you will fix certain things with that, and you will know why your child is like this and what it needs to be done from your end. Fine. So we are going to touch upon few golden rules of parenting, golden rules of subconscious parenting. So ultimately you will understand what is the subconscious parenting at the end of the session. Fine. After which we are going to have a question answer session. Definitely it's going to take time, right? So maybe as suggested, as somebody was pointing out in the after yesterday's session, I heard somebody saying that it needs to be time bound. Parenting has no limit. If I go on talking whole night, I can talk about it, but definitely we need to be putting the time frame. So I will definitely finish my session in 1 hour's time. I would want to take up the question answers wherein that takes time. Okay. Otherwise, it depends on the number of participants, number of questions asked. Accordingly we consume the time. So I am ready to spend time, but let us limit it till 9:30, so that others, whoever go through the recordings, they may not get that shock. Definitely the session is going to be completed in 1 hour's time. That's not a problem. Fine. Yeah. So I hope everybody are ready and super excited to learn about subconscious parenting. Shall we begin? Shall we start? I get a thumbs up or yes in the chat box. I will begin. Okay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So we are only 50 participants today. Yesterday we had more number of participants. I don't know what happened today. So I would expect all of you to attend today and tomorrow's session without fail, because I am taking it and I really have lots and lots of things to give you. Fine. So others, please, you can share your feedback after today's session in the group, so others join us tomorrow, whoever missed today's session. Okay. Fine. Anyways, let's begin with today's session. Yes, the topic is subconscious parenting. I would like to start with conscious mind. What is this conscious mind? Conscious mind is something where you use all the 5 senses to understand the surroundings. You are able to see, you are able to listen, you are able to use your senses. You are feeding your child, how you are doing it. You are actually aware of everything what is happening around you. That is what is conscious mind. Okay. What is unconscious mind? So tonight when you go to bed, you sleep off, right? So you sleep, you get into the deep sleep, you have different stages of sleep anyway. So you sleep, and whole night what has happened in the world, you really don't know, right? So when you wake up in the morning, you really don't know what has happened whole night. So this is what is just unconscious mind. We are not aware of anything with our senses, So that's what is unconscious mind. So what is this subconscious mind? Subconscious mind is something which rules us for our entire lives. When it is built, so the subconsciously, whatever we have registered in our minds, whatever we have assumed, whatever we have believed, whatever we have kind of understood, this is right, this is wrong for the life, it's been recorded and kept for the complete lifetime. It's like between 0 to 8 years, whatever the experiences you go through, that is what you are today, isn't it? So maybe let's understand a little more about it to make you understand what is the subconscious mind basically. I just want to give you a small example. Let's assume you have set up some goal. Okay, so you want to reach that goal. You are able to do it, and the strategies. You have that ability to do it, and you have made the decision to do it. But still, something is going to pull you back from doing it. It says, no, it's not your cup of tea, don't try it out. And maybe we back out from doing it. It happens, right? So many times. Or even it's vice versa. You think that you are unable to do that, but something pushes you into doing it. Isn't it? This happens with us, right? This is what is subconscious mind. So with the kind of inputs what we have from 0 to 8 years of life in our subconscious mind, that is what molds us as an adult, as a personality, as a character. So to understand little more about, we will go through this slide. I would want all of you to participate here wherever I am asking you, because your participation makes me, kind of gives me that push to talk more and give you more inputs. Okay, yeah. So let's see this slide. Can you just let me know what you are able to see here on the screen? What is this picture? Yes, participate, all of you. Iceberg, very nice, very nice. An iceberg, right? So this iceberg, the 10% of iceberg, this is what is conscious mind. The deep down the sea, 90% what you are able to see here, this is what is subconscious mind. Okay? So whatever you see or tip of the iceberg, that is what our conscious mind. In our conscious mind, we know this is right, this is wrong, we are not supposed to do this. Maybe for me, drinking cup of coffee doesn't suit me. I know I am supposed to quit and I should do that. But I take a strong decision using my conscious mind and I'm going to quit this coffee. And maybe one of my friend comes home to give her company. I just hold the cup and subconscious mind tells me, Arey, take half a cup of coffee, doesn't matter much. So where is this conscious mind? Who actually influences more? Obviously the subconscious mind. Right? Let's understand a little more about it. Let's see what this holds. The subconscious mind holds thoughts, methods, plans, goals, behaviors, willpower, logic, analysis, strategies, decision making. Everything is in conscious mind. What the subconscious holds. So when you see this, the functions, the kind of things what it holds, the conscious mind knows to plan, knows to set a goal, knows the methods to achieve, the thoughts are clear, have a strong willpower, you have analyzed it very well, strategies, decision making, everything is super fine here in the conscious. But what the subconscious mind holds? Subconscious mind holds feelings, intuitions, imagination, identification, defense mechanism, perception of self, association, creativity, belief system, fears, tastes, patterns, habits, values. So much so is in subconscious mind too, right? But though you have a strong willpower, plan, goals, everything, but something pulls us back, I said. So what is this? Why it is happening? Let's understand little deep into it. As I said, as creativity is also in subconscious mind and we need to, give an opportunity to develop that creativity between 0 to 8 years. If you want your child to be as you want your child to be doing this because you said this and you believed it, that is not going to help to boost the creativity of the child. Let the child be very creative, very unique. Let the child do whatever he wants to do, whatever she wants to do. It is not that the child needs to listen to you every time. No, I never want any child to listen to their parents, because we are going to kill their creativity if they listen to us. So if the child writes a drawing, a child goes to a park, looks at the swing, looks at the slide, comes home and draws it on the paper, and I feel the swing needs to be like this, maybe I would really adjust that line and show this is how it needs to be. Next time onwards, that creativity is not going to be there. The child gets scared. The child thinks, is it right or wrong? Did I do it right? Did I do it wrong? That confusion. And the child may actually put the same swing which we have taught. So I definitely don't want them to listen to us. Let them be very creative and very unique, and they will learn later. We need not to correct them in such things as of now. Okay. Belief is also a very strong belief system is going to be built between 0 to 8 years of life. What is the belief in your life? What are the things you believe? I have so many beliefs. I believe certain things needs to be done in certain ways only. You should not be doing like this. you know. So maybe that affects me very badly. When my spouse does it in a different way, I feel, no, this is not the way to do, you know, this needs to be done like this only, because I believe it. There are ways, there are things to be, can be done in various ways, right? So this is how we strongly believe things. So where the belief system is built between, again, 0 to 8 years. So we train the subconscious mind unconsciously, you know, with our children too. Whatever we have believed, that's true, and we pass on the same thing, right? So definitely you need to give certain good belief systems, that is not wrong, but don't put them in a dilemma like it's going to affect the adulthood, you know. We I know definitely all of us, we have certain belief systems for the life like this, and this is actually, you know, there are so many times it is so helpful, so many times it is so bad for us, right? So giving a thought before putting any such beliefs into the child's head is also very important. And fears, how many types of fears we carry in our lives? What is very, yeah, let's do this activity now. Please put it in the chat box, that what is so fearful in your life for you. Just do this quickly, you know. I want many of you to participate here, and do let me know, what is it so fearful in life for you? Death, okay. Losing the child or some loved one. Sentimental feelings, okay. Losing someone close. I am fear of heights, okay. So claustrophobia. Losing that's the same thing, everybody putting the same. I would want to, you know, kind of know little more of different kinds of fears as well. Okay, fear of cockroach. Ignorance. No direct messages, please. Put it in the everyone's chat box. Disappointing parents and family. Fear about child's future. Dying before our children. What kind of fear is that? Fear of fire. Avoiding. Losing someone. Losing integrity. Insulation. I didn't understand. Fear of dogs. Okay. Fear of ocean, water. Okay. Hydrophobia. Fear of failures. Fear of my child not growing up to her potential. You should not fear. We are here. Don't worry. Okay. So wonderful. Wonderful. Good participation, parents. Very nice. Fear of accidents. Okay. Fear of failure in parenting. Arey, no. Don't worry. You should never fear about your parenting. You are good. That's why you are here. You know. And then any other variety and unique fears which you hold on to? A fear of reptiles, nobody put it. Snakes. Okay, fear of comparisons. Okay, wonderful. Okay, fine. Anyways, that's wonderful. That's a very good participation. My child getting named and shamed. Okay. Okay, somebody pulling your child's leg and the child is feeling shameful. That is a fear. I'm doing anything new. Fear of doing anything new. Okay. Fear of my child not being able to cope up with today's competitive world. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, wonderful, wonderful. So there are so many variety of fears which we hold on to in our lives, right? So even I was a person like this too, you know, before I got into this, subject of parenting. Even I was like this, and I used to be fearful about so many things, you know. It doesn't mean that everything is gone now. No, there are certain things still in me, but I never allow them to grow big, you know. That's it. So I do agree to all of your fears. What are you holding on to? Okay. But I would want to tell you a very simple concept, you know. Again, this is not a motivational talk what I am giving. This is the basic concept which we need to understand to give a very positive kind of subconscious growth to the child, or maybe to make the child believe in right things. We need to lose, or we need to leave away our fears. Okay, if we are holding on to certain things, we will be passing the same thing to our children too, that is for sure. If you somebody has put it, I fear of dogs, I definitely damn sure I know she will never allow her child to touch a dog because she is so fearful, isn't it? It happens, it happens. And certain people, certain parents doesn't eat certain vegetables, they don't even feed their children too. It is quite common with everyone. If you have the fear of snakes, you will be passing the same fear to your children too. So they never treat any reptiles as they are also one creatures. They feel that very fearful about that. So please don't hold on to any such fears. But it is not easy to not be fearful about what you are actually holding on in your minds, because it is very strongly developed. So you can't just let go that fear like as easily, I am saying. So basically I'll tell you one concept. When the baby is developing inside the womb, right? So 0 to 9 months, almost 25% of the brain is already developed. Okay, so this 25% of the brain, when it is developed, it's the hardware, right? When there is hardware, there needs to be some software also, right? So there is a mind which is also formed. It is called primitive mind. Okay, this primitive mind holds only 3 data. When the baby is born with these 3 data. What are they? One, the child can blink. Okay, the child can communicate to you when the child is feeling cold or uncomfortable, hungry, anything like that. When the child, you just leave the child on the floor or maybe on the bed, the child will cry, right? So the child will let you know that, Mama, I'm feeling cold, hold me, I need that warmth because I was in the womb all these months, right? So the child can communicate like that. The second data is the first fear of any human beings. Not only human beings, all other creatures also have this. But generally this is only, we are all born with 2 kinds of fears. Only 2 fears. One is fear of fall. Okay, fear of fall. So this is the first fear which the child is born with. We are all born with same fear of fall. As you observe, infants, you just hold the infants, they are with that warmth and they are very cozily, happily being with us. We leave them on the bed, we put them on the floor. What happens? They just give this jerk, isn't it? Have you observed children doing this? Can anybody respond to this? Children do that, right? They give this jerk when we leave them on the floor, on the bed, right? Why this happens? Because they have that fear of fall. Any small child, when they are actually climbing something, in case they slip with some, one limb or something, immediately they give that reaction. They get scared because it's the natural fear which we all have born with. Fear of fall is the first fear which we all have born with. Okay, and the third data, but the second fear is which holds, it is in the primitive mind, as I said. The second fear is fear of an unheard sound. Fear of an unheard sound. I have never heard of. Such sounds are very scary for children. Even for us, we are sitting here, we are listening, we are talking, we are in the class seriously listening. But some sound suddenly which pops up like some thud sound which we have never heard of. What happens? It creates some panic in us, right? It disturbs our stomach as well, so rumbling, some sensation you can go through, suddenly that there is a sound, the roar which lion makes. You are in the room and suddenly a lion sound comes. Though you have heard, you have correlated with that lion's sound. Lion is a wild animal, it can eat you off, that is the correlation which we have. That may scare you. Otherwise, if you have never heard of any such sound, suddenly some sound which pops up, it creates that tension or fear in us, right? Same way, if you observe your children between 1 to 2 years or something, you feel that I can really make my child happy buying this toy, and this toy is just making lot of noise. You take that, talking Tom or roaring lion or jumping monkey, something home, or maybe just the cooker visual. When the child starts listening to, observing it for the first time, second time, third time, the child may start just crying. The child doesn't accept it for the first time. The child really goes very crazy, and the child is shows that uncomfortable feeling, right? So when you take the toy, go home and show it to the child, which monkey is jumping and making that sound, and the child starts crying. You thought that the child would enjoy that toy, but the child doesn't accept it for the first go, because the child needs to get used to it. When you interact with children, use lots and lots of animated voices, noises, modulate your voice, use so many new words. The child needs to get used to all such sounds, very familiar with your actions, the sounds how you produce. You need to make the child get familiar with all such things. Fine. So this is what the primitive mind holds. That means how many types of fears? Just 2 types of fears which we are all born with. How many types of fears we are holding on to in our minds? When we see this chat box, we understand variety of fears which we are holding on to. Are you really born with such fears? No, just that circumstances what we faced, the people around us would have put that fear into us. It's just that matter of time we have acquired that fear. That's it. But we are holding on to it in our minds, isn't it? Is it good for the child? Is it good for you? Never it is good for us. Because, see, believe in one simple concept, and also you do your research. You understand in your own ways as well, because I have understood in my own way. So we know we live in this universe. There's a lot of space around, and it has a lot of energy, and whatever you kind of attract, the same energy is coming to you. You always think of certain negative things and some sad part of your life, and some maybe you just give it a try. You be thinking about some nonsense, and that's going to come to you. Start thinking positively, start experiencing the positivity in the surroundings, and start attract only the thoughts which pops up in our mind. It should always be very positive and nothing related to any fear or any such negative words. Then you will start experiencing only positive things happening in the life. This is my personal experience. It's not just I have read somewhere and I am talking about it. No, never. I'm kind of, I had a different childhood, very safe, secure childhood only. My father was a teacher, and we were 3 kids, and we grew up like that. And the environment where we grew up, yes, definitely we had certain fears, because when we live in a society and the people whom you influenced with, definitely it has an impact, right? And maybe I'm holding such fears even for the life. I didn't know how to handle a baby. When my first child was born, I was kind of, there was, I had, Raghu's mom was not there when I got him married, like, and then only the father-in-law. And I am kind of finding it very difficult with my child, and I had lots and lots of doubts, and I was so fearful for everything, because I didn't know how to handle things. That's it. When I actually understood about this and started figuring out what it needs to be done, and then I understood, realized so many things later, reading many kinds of books, and got into many courses as well. It really helped me a lot to grow as a wonderful person as well. Not only wonderful parent, definitely even as a individual, I would say I have grown really well because of the concept what really I have understood and implemented in my life. Okay, so please do believe me in case if you don't want to do your research. Otherwise, do your research and understand how your positive thoughts will impact you. Even a few of you might have read the book Secret as well, right? So do understand this concept. In case if you are unable to relieve such fears in from your mind, if you're holding it on to since your childhood and you are unable to leave or let go such fears, please take a help from good NLP specialists. They will give you wonderful techniques to relieve certain fears. Okay, some points, some meditation, some kind of system they have, and they will tell you the techniques to relieve such fears. This is very important to leave all your fears away and do the right parenting. If you are holding on to certain things, you will be passing on the same with your children. Okay, so take these words seriously and give it a thought and do try to get away with your fears. Okay, it's just only two fears which we are holding on to in our lives. Don't have any such fears. Nothing to worry about. We are all super good. Comparison, somebody is putting it like, if you compare your child with other children, we are all very unique. In India, it's like 103 crore people, right? 130 or 103, I don't know. So we all are very different, right? Not we never have two same individuals. Though they are twins, they have different intelligence levels, different things. So same way, we are all very different. That means we are all very unique. Don't ever compare your child with other children. Please, I request all the parents to never compare your children with others. I have two children. They both are very different in terms of their intelligences, in terms of their the skills, in terms of everything. They are very different. How can I compare when I am unable to compare both of my children together? How can I compare my children with others? Never it is possible. And if you do that, you will suffer a lot and you will make your child also suffer a lot. Don't ever do that. Okay, so don't keep on holding certain things in your mind. Somebody has put it as fear of accidents. If you are holding on to such things, you will attract that towards your life. Fear of failures, fear of losing someone, all such things, you will actually be attracting that towards you. Don't do that. Fear of dogs. Please treat dog as an animal, and it also has emotions. Understand the dog emotions. It has a tail. It wags his tail when the owner comes. It shows that his happiness in the tail. And if it is very up, if the dog is very confused, looking for something, the tail is going to be up. And if it is straight, the tail is straight, that means the dog is very angry. Don't go near to any dogs when the dog's tail is like this. And again, when the dog is like curled its tail behind hind legs, that means he needs cuddling, he is scared. Okay, please understand the dog's mood. Why the tail is to show the emotions. When you understand the dog, you will start loving the dog. That's an animal, and it needs to be loved, right? So don't fear about dogs. So you didn't know how to encounter a dog, when the dog's mood is really bad, and you went and tried with one dog, and maybe you got scared. So don't pass on the same fear to your child. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to wind up this concept, and I hope you understood how important it is to not to put any fears into children's life. Okay, so this I am talking about subconscious mind. The subconscious mind holds fears. It is your duty. If your child is going to be very fearful as an adult, that the reason is you have made your child a fearful person. Okay, the child should never fear about anything like that. That depends entirely on us, because 0 to 8 years we handle them, right? So please don't put, if your child, easy way, few parents do it, I know, that's why I'm talking about this. If you want your child to you want your child to go to bed, you are calling your baby, come and sleep. The baby is not ready to sleep, but what you do, wait, a monster will come and take you away. You stand there only, a gumma will come, you say something, and the child is like scared and comes and sleeps off. Maybe the child just comes and sleeps off because with the fear what you create now, we never know, this monster may grow as a big monster when as an adult, as I said in the beginning, you set a goal. When you are about to reach the goal, something pulls you back. Maybe this monster has grown big and he is pulling you back. We don't know, right? See, as an adult, in case of if our children are unable to perform well and achieve great heights, it hurts us as a parent. We feel very bad about it, where we are going wrong, where we are not motivating the child to be better, where we are putting such fears. It's very, very important, right? So please think about it and don't put any such monsters into the child's head. Okay. Okay, Namrata, for your question, you need to talk to your child. You need to explain. You need to literally give the consequences in a very positive way, and also don't try to put any fear in the child's head when you are putting something like this. You can narrate some stories. Okay, so that way you need to talk about the dog's emotions, so and make the child understand. The child is a very good observer. He'll be very curious. So when you put all such things, whatever I said now, you put such things in front of the child would start watching the dog, not run behind the dog. The child will start looking at the dog. Is the tail up? Is the tail straight? Is the tail wagging? What is the dog's mood? When I can go and approach the dog, that way. So if he is a dog person, the dogs will come to him, nothing to worry. So you need not to, in case even the roadside dogs, if he touches also, it's no problem, because they have that sense, they know they can connect very well. Only thing, you need to wash him later. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, tastes are also in subconscious mind. It's almost dinner time, right? I want you to do this activity as well, just to make you, realize this, the importance of these things between 0 to 8 years. That's it. I would want all of you to, if you are hungry, I want all of you to just think of the favorite food which your mom used to cook and used to cherish. Just think of it. Just think of it, the plate, you eating, So it could be that biryani, it could be that dosa, it could be that idli, it could be that paratha, it could be that rajma chawal, it could be puliogra, what else? Whatever you eat, whatever you had when you as a child and you just enjoyed it. It could be that pongal, whatever it is. So you just let me know, what is it, the feeling you are going through? Is there any reaction happening? Is your salivary glands acting? Is the mouth watering? Yes, right? Yeah, I'm just talking about puliogra and it is happening to me. My mom's, the best dish. I want Nakshatra, please put the message in everyone's chat box. Don't send any separate messages, direct messages. Yeah, why this is happening? Because we have cherished the taste. The taste, it's like it's stored in subconscious mind. Okay, somebody is saying fish curry. So basically, whatever it is, we have cherished it like that. We still have that. We don't have it in our plates as of now. We're just thinking about it. And the salivary glands acting. The chemical reaction takes place, right? Why? Because we need to make our children also cherish their food. Just think of how they are eating. Is it through a video? Is it just like that, running behind them and feeding them? So what happened? Are they really cherishing what we are feeding them? Are they really understanding what we are giving them? Do they really know the names of the vegetables? Do they really cherish the sweetness of that carrot, sweetness of that beetroot? Do they really know how does this green boiled potato easily melts inside the mouth? No, right? We never make them do that. Our duty is to feed the child. We just do it as chores. Feeding children nowadays, Most of the parents just do it as a chore. It's just a work, needs to be done. As you give bath, give food, put them to sleep, and done. I'm tired, right? So please enjoy your children. you know so you please understand the taste needs to be developed at this age. The taste bud needs to start reacting to the food. Only emphasize on healthy food, healthy eating, only home cooked food, only give vegetables and more of vegetables and fruits. So when you inculcate such habits from the beginning, from the childhood, it's like childhood is when they start about 6 months onwards. When you start solids, you need to introduce all home cooked food like this. And never, I always discourage parents whoever start giving junk food weekly once or everyday one chocolate. Don't emphasize on such things. Whatever you give, it's of more of sweet, more of salt. Any junk food will have either more of sweet or more of salt, right? If you start giving such foods, certain hormones will start only crave for such food. They can't actually develop healthy eating habits because you started feeding them the junk food. you know it affects certain hormones. Then the craving is only towards that sweet and salty food. See, I want you to focus on this point. And without you giving a healthy eating habit, and without you spending little good amount of quality time with your child, you cannot give a right parenting. That's for sure. Okay, so you put the child in front of the screen for hours together and you allow them to eat junk food. I guarantee you will face troubles in another 2-3 years. Okay, then you need to go to a doctor, you need to run behind so many therapists. So don't do that. Okay, anyways, I wanted you to focus on the point that the tastes are developed here at this stage, and we need to take care of that too. Patterns, we need to create certain patterns in children. So that is also taken care between 0 to 8 years. So habits, we brush every day. We have the habit of brushing every day, right? When is this habit inculcated in us? When we started getting our teething, then you started, right? Same way, like habits like this, it is not only the brushing. Habits like this needs to be inculcated as young, as early as possible. Reading is one of the greatest habit which we need to inculcate like this. Okay, so habits are created between 0 to 8 years because it needs to be stored in subconscious mind. Values, this play a major role in terms of being a very successful person in life. Being successful means, according to me, is whatever you do in life, you are doing it very happily. That is what is the success, right? So values are very, very important to have a very healthy lifestyle, happy lifestyle, right? So what are all the values we need to inculcate in life, and how we are going to do it easily, that I am going to talk about it tomorrow. Anyways, today I have just touched upon that point. I would like you to understand the concept, like you start observing any successful people around you in the society. It could be in your family, it could be famous personalities whom you see in the society. Anybody, any successful people, they have certain qualities for life. They have certain characteristics. It's like they might have very good knowledge, they have good skills in their own fields. Okay, and also they have very good communication skills also, or maybe they have right values for life. One common observation of mine is any successful personality, whatever the characters or whatever the qualities they have, out of that, values is one common thing what I have seen in all the successful people. They have real high value system in them. So you can consider this values is one of the success principles in anybody's life. Okay, so we all want our children to be very happy and successful, isn't it? We always want our children to be very happy and successful. True or yes or no? Yes, right? No, yes, nobody wants their children to be happy and successful. Yes. We want our children to be very happy and successful. So when we want our children to be happy and successful, we need to give right values from the beginning. Right? We also need to give right values. Values always comes from home. Not anywhere and everywhere you can make your child find values and grow with it. As what you give from home, that is what they are going to carry for the rest of their lives. So let's talk about it tomorrow. Values I'm going to majorly cover in tomorrow's topic. As of now, these are the things which the subconscious mind holds. Okay, so when we want them to be very happy for rest of their lives, it's as parents, it's our duty to keep them happy for 0 to 8 years of life. If they find that happiness between 0 to 8 years, then rest of their life, though they go through any such ups and downs in their lives, they know how to move on happily, finding out their solutions. Isn't it? Make sense? How to keep them happy between 0 to 8 years of life? Basically, maybe we need to give a very positive, homely atmosphere. As a spouse, as couple, we do have many differences. We do have lot of arguments, lot of discussions going on. So let that not be, maybe the arguments, maybe the fights, let that not be in front of our children. See, if you fight as couple, if you have differences, definitely that resonates on your face. And in case if you start fighting in front of your children itself, that vibration is very bad for children. They doesn't like it. No child likes, definitely. So though your child is just few days, few weeks, few months, it doesn't matter. Or maybe as at this age, if my parents fight, I can't take it. I feel very sad. I feel very bad. So this happens with everybody, even with you, So basically, the child cannot take it. With that frustration, if you just pour your frustration on your child, that is even dangerous. The child doesn't even know what is the reason behind mama scolding me like this, papa shouting at me like this, The child really goes clueless. The child doesn't enjoy that childhood if the childhood is only like this. So please don't fight in front of your children like that. In case if you have a fight, you just go get inside your room, fight as much as you want. When you come out of the room, you need to hold that smile. You need to show that you are the best parent on the earth. Okay? So maybe in case if you do it with that heat of moment and it just comes out and you do it, at least dilute the situation in front of your children only, Just both of you hug each other, say sorry and put that ego aside, This is the only one life where we have, It's not that 1, 2, 3, 4 chances we have, right? So please understand that what is the life is all about and why we have come and why we have given birth to our children. What is our role in terms of their life and how we need to cater to the society. Maybe your ultimate goal is to give your child as a very good human being to the society. It's not that just you have given birth and you are going through your frustrations, your ego and your clashes. Don't be in that, think big and dilute the situation. Say thanks to each other, say sorry to each other, give a hug and make it very normal in front of your child. The child needs to feel the fights are okay in a relationship, but we need to move on, sorting it out, and then we need to move on. That's how you need to project it in front of your children. Okay, if you do that, that's really great for the child's sake. The child can be happy throughout his life. In case if the child is only going to go through such depressive fights and arguments and sick family situations, the child may take a drastic decisions, like the child may not going to get married and not can never handle good have great relationships further. So this is all the base what we are creating between 0 to 8 years. We don't even realize that. So many times we just do the things as we wish, as we want, right? So please put in your mind, just observe your action and then cater to the child's life. Okay, maybe one more thing what I want to convey is 0 to 2 years is the age where they only observe. Okay, so they don't know how to react, right? So 0 to 2 years is the phase. It is absorption age. And they just look around with that innocent eyes and they keep absorbing whatever is happening around them. So what happens between 0 to 2 years of life? It's almost very cuddly and we just hold the child, you're cute baby, you're so nice and you're a lovely child, all such things go on. 2 years onwards, when they start with their limbs and they walk around, they jump around, they put their finger into that socket and they go on climbing the window. What do we do? Hey, don't do that. No, not like that. Don't go there. All such things will disturb the child like anything. Why? All these days mama was so nice to me, papa was so cool, and what happened? Why no? They start understanding what is right for the life, what is wrong for the life, why this no, why this yes. And your no should not be a direct no. You should be just putting it in a very different way. In case if you want your child to be achieving big heights, it should not be withdrawn from doing anything what the child wants. By 2 years the child would definitely want to climb that window, right? The child doesn't know why the child is not supposed to climb, because the child wants to feel that achievement. How does it feel if I go and climb this window? Will I be able to do it? That is the thing what it is running in the mind. And when we help them, stand next to them and help them, when they go to that last rod and they feel wow, you need to appreciate it. Okay, so maybe you just need to be guiding the child in terms of when mama is around, you can do this. When you have to do this, you just call mama. Okay, giving the right instructions in a right way will help the child to understand. It is not that you withdraw the child from doing it, the child will never feel that achievement feeling. How does it feel when I climb that last rod? The child will never feel that. When the child doesn't feel, the child doesn't know the taste of success. So when the child never experiences this as an adult, he cannot actually achieve anything. So as a parent, how you motivate the child, how you help the child, that depends purely on you. Okay, and again when he goes and puts a finger into the socket, 1-year-old child crawls and gets into the switchboard. So just pull the child back and maybe cover that area, as you are unable to give the concept of how this electricity, current shock, all that. Cover that place with some, cardboard or something for time being, for few months, to cross that phase, and give a physical switchboard, 2 or 3 switches board. You just go and buy in an electrical shop and give it to the child for switching it off, switching it on, so that it's a very great fine motor activity for the child if you do that. Okay, the fingers tips gets activated very neatly and they have a very good grip. If fine motor skills develop better, they don't have any further slow writing issues, anything in their childhood. Okay, so like that. So fine. Nakshatra, come to Q&A today. Come to question answer session. We will discuss that later. Okay, this is about it. And again, by 8 years, almost with this experiences what they go through, with the actions what they do, with the reactions what we give, they develop character for the life. By 8 years, it is like the tip of this, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind both are built. And in between these two, there is a critical filter which develops. And this critical filter is permanent. It's like they are kind of becomes a personality. It is so hard to change them later on. So whatever you want to mold, it needs to be between 0 to 8 years, and do take care of this age really well. I hope I made sense, and I hope you understood why it is so important, the subconscious mind, and between 0 to 8 years, how important it is to build a positive subconscious mind in children. Yes, if you are also feeling the same, and if it's a bulb on moment for you, or if it is an eye opener for you, please put it in the chat box, BO, bulb on, or eye opener, EO. Okay, so I take water break. Okay. Okay, 10 people listening to me out of 44. That's nice. Okay. Oh my god, Aparna. 2-year-old son is too notorious. I want you to, absorb the concept and not to use any such negative terms. He is your child. 2 years can never be a notorious person. Please don't put such words in front of me. I really get annoyed by listening to or reading. When you come to the question answers, also don't ever tell me that your child is hyperactive, your child is, you know, lazy, slow. I don't want to listen to all such things. You know, I don't even read that question further if I really see such words. Okay, any questions? You come to question answer session. Okay, anyways, I am going to continue with my session. I am done with this concept and I want you to, I take a little more time. You need to bear with me little today. I need to, complete 2 more concepts here. Okay. I would close the chat box. Otherwise I will be reading and not moving on further. Okay, let me conclude this slide. The mind can be compared to an iceberg. 10% above water is conscious mind and 90% below water is subconscious mind. Indeed, the subconscious mind is very powerful part of our mind. It is responsible for most of the things which we are able to do every single day in order to survive or excel. Okay. Next, let's understand the brain wave pattern. See, we would have kind of done so many things till today as we have children between 0 to 6 years. And maybe in case if you are feeling bad about it, it's like, Array, I did this, I did that, I was not supposed to do this and now she is telling me I am realizing. Don't feel guilty about it. I am not here to make you guilty. That is sincere request from my end because I felt it. When I got to know about this concept, my child was around 4 years and I was really, feeling very bad about it. And I don't want you to feel bad because we do have a wonderful technique called sleep learn technique wherein we can correct whatever the mistakes we have done. We can train our child's subconscious mind as well. Okay, I'm going to talk about that subconscious mind training part now. For that we need to understand. I don't want anybody to please continue with your questions in the chat box. I'm not going to read. I'll be moving on with my session. Only in the question answer session you can ask me. Otherwise, I announced it in the beginning itself. Okay. Anyway, so here we need to understand the brainwave pattern to understand where the subconscious mind is very active. So that is where we are going to use the sleep learn technique and make use of this timing and we train the subconscious mind of the child. Okay, so understand the brainwave patterns. Quickly I'll finish off the slide. So as this heart wave pattern, we know about ECG, right? Doctors do check this ECG, the waves, how it is when we immediately go and complain about something, So the same way, this is EEG, electrocardiogram, and this is about brain wave pattern. So the brain, there are certain states of brain, which talks about beta state, alpha state, theta state and delta state. We are not going to touch upon delta state. We are only going to talk about beta, alpha and theta state. What is this beta state? So before we get into this beta state, I want you to understand brain is the very important organ in our body. This brain sends signals to each and every part of the body. That's why we act like this. Who is asking me to raise my hand? My brain is asking me to raise my hand. When you touch a hot vessel, you just take out your hands immediately. Why do you do that? Your brain has signaled your fingers and hands to take out, it's going to burn, right? If you get an ant bite, immediately you rub the place because you can sense that the ant is biting you and it is going to burn or maybe pain. So we know these messages are passed in the body. How? Through the electrical circuits what we have. What are those electrical circuits? Our nervous system. So in what speed it is passing? It's like just like this. Touch the hot vessel and immediately take out the hand. This speed. The speed is nothing but frequency, right? So this speed we will understand in terms of thoughts, number of thoughts. Okay, so the beta state, the number of thoughts would be between 12 to 30. Okay, so this is per cycle. It's like beta state is wherein you will have 12 to 30 thoughts running in your mind, passing in your body, through nervous system. Okay, that's the kind of, in one cycle you will have this many thoughts. So that's a very normal state, very awake state and alert state. It's a conscious state. What are the state we are in now? Which state we are in now? Our brain is working right now, right? We are in which state? Beta state, right? Very nice. So we are in beta state because we are awake, we are sitting, we are talking, we are listening, all that is happening, right? So alpha, next is alpha state. In alpha state, the thought numbers would be between 8 and 12. 8 to 12 thoughts you get per cycle in alpha state. This is a very calm and relaxed state. It's kind of a very lucid state, kind of stone state. You're not thinking. When you can experience this alpha state, now after you finish your class, you feed it, you have your dinner, you feed your baby, everything you do, and when you go to bed, you directly don't snore, right? You never get into deep sleep directly, right? You relax yourself, you calm yourself, then you move on to deep sleep. So this calming, this relaxation, this phase is alpha state. Okay, there you are not thinking anything. Then your mind slips into this theta state. Theta state is between 4 and 7 thoughts per cycle. This is a deep relaxation state. This is kind of a meditative state, mental imaginary state. What is mental imaginary state? It is nothing but you get a lot of dreams over there. Okay, so but you won't be able to recall them when you wake up in the morning. That is what is deep sleep state. So theta state is nothing but deep sleep state. So wherein between alpha and theta, the transformation phase, you are calm and relaxed, and then you will be moving on to deep sleep. In between this, the subconscious mind is very active. This is where we are going to make use of this time, and we are going to use sleep learn technique. Got it? So let me take you through sleep learn technique. Be focused here, because this is very important technique. It is going to be a boon for all the parents if you understand and do it rightly. And I want you to be very focused in terms of understanding the sleep learn. I'm not going to repeat the things. You have to go back and watch the recording only later. So please understand carefully. And if you do any mistakes, you will not get results in sleep learn. So be focused. So what is the sleep learn technique? Sleep learn technique is used to remove any bad behavior in children or to inculcate some good habits in children. Only two. Either to remove any bad behaviors or to inculcate some good habits. Okay. So when you can execute the sleep learn technique, when you can do this with your children, when the children are sleeping, okay, when they are awake, you are not going to address any issues with them. Never to say, don't suck your thumb, don't do this, don't do any habits you observe, don't ever tell in front of your children, because if we tell them, they do it more and more. It reminds them, what happens if I suck? It reminds them. Okay, so don't ever try to address it when they are awake. When they are sleeping, you just use sleep learn technique and you can get rid of that habit easily. What are the bad behavior? Yeah, what is the timing? When you put the baby to sleep, you have a pattern to put your baby to sleep, right? Some pat on children, put them to sleep. Some sing, some tell stories, and some, just hold them and do this. And you all have your own methods to put your babies to sleep. Once you put your baby to sleep, and you just kind of move away from bed, if the child is awake, if the child is not slept, the child will call you back, Mama, come, sleep karke. If the child is not doing that, that means the child is entering into deep sleep, right? So from that time, within half an hour, you have to use this sleep learn technique. Okay, either 15th minute or 20th minute, like that. Understand the point? When you put the baby to sleep, when you feel the baby has slept completely, From that time to within half an hour, you have to use the sleep plan technique. Okay, that is the timing. For what behaviors I can use the sleep plan technique? It can be thumb sucking, bedwetting, haphazard sleep patterns. If your child is pinching others, kicking others, pushing others, for such reasons. If your child is shouting, screaming, yelling, very loudly, unable to communicate properly, the child starts screaming, hitting, all such things the child does, such behaviors, all such negative behaviors, you can use the sleep learn technique. Okay, not to use the sleep learn for unusual things, like you want your child to be completing this bowl of food. That's your task. Your bowl is this big, the child's tummy is this much. So this is so contradictory, right? Don't use for such unusual things. Use for only either to remove any bad behaviors or to inculcate some good habits. Okay, and again, what is the age when I need to do this? Any age group is fine. 0 years to 100 years, any age group you can use sleep learn technique. Okay, only thing, if you are using it for an adult, make sure they are sleeping. They are asleep and not waking up and doing one more SLT to you. Fine. So 0 to 100 years, any age group kids what you have, you can execute this SLT. SLT is sleep learn technique. I'm going to use it in the short form, SLT I say. Okay. So if your child is between 0 to 2 years, do not use SLT to remove any bad behaviors in children, because they don't have any bad behaviors between this 0 to 2 years of age. After 2 years, in case if you find it's still continuing or anything like that, then you can use. 0 to 2 years, no using this SLT for removing any bad behaviors. Do not consider any habit as a bad habit with 0 to 2 years children. Okay. So your child, 5 months child, may put all the fingers into the mouth and touch it, all that they can do. But it is making you understand your baby better. They want their body to be known, right? So they want to know, oh, I have fingers, I can put them into my mouth, I have this many fingers, these are the things, like that. They want to do it and they do it. That's it. It's not the habit. Okay. And again, there are certain rules and there are certain things to follow when you are doing SLT. You have to create your own template for the problem what you have with your child, for the behaviors what you have. What is it you need to do with 0 to 2 years old? I will tell you at the end of SLT. But now you understand how you are going to create a template. So you have to create a template. Your template should be in certain format. Okay. The first thing in the template is your name of the child and with loving words. The third step is addressing the behavior with reasoning, assuring the child, ending with loving words. These are the steps to follow. There are 2 ways to create a template. One, you can create an indirect sentence format template, and second one is you can create a positive sentence template. Only 2 ways of addressing through this template. You should never tell the child anything directly. If you don't want your child to suck your thumb, in your template you should never tell the child, do not suck your thumb. No, you should never do that, because that's never going to give you results. Either you have to put it in an indirect way or you have to tell it in a positive way. Okay, I am going to share 2 templates with you today. One indirect way of addressing, one orally I am going to tell you how you can convey it in a positive way. Okay, so with that you can choose only for thumb sucking, bedwetting, nail biting. These things you can use indirect sentence format. Rest of the things, whatever it is, you have to use only positive sentence format. Okay, so I hope you get it. In case if you don't get it, please go back and watch this SLT recording, only this much, so you will get it completely. So first, how to create this template. I am going to read out one template for you with the same format, indirect sentence template for bedwetting, for thumb sucking. 1 second. Yeah. My dear sweet Aditri, This is name of the child with loving words. Mama loves you so much. You are a very good child. You are such a great blessing and joy for me and daddy and all others at home. So this is with loving words. Next, addressing the behavior with reasoning. This is going to be in an indirect sentence format, not directly, not positive. Okay. I want you to refrain. Refrain is a word which is making it completely an indirect sentence. Just observe this. I want you to refrain from sucking your thumb because you are unnecessarily inviting infections. Okay. You are giving it the reason why you want the child to not to suck the thumb. Okay. I want you to refrain from sucking your thumb because you are unnecessarily inviting infections. Okay. In this format we are going to use it only for thumb sucking, nail biting and bedwetting. Okay. No, on bedwetting also only positive. Only such things you will be using it. Third one, assuring the child now. You are a brilliant and kind baby and I am sure you will listen to me and you can stop this thumb sucking habit with immediate effect. Okay, you are assuring the child that the child should not be thinking that this is a big bad habit which I have, mama is worried. No. So you will be addressing this, assuring the child saying, you are a brilliant baby and I am sure you will listen to me and you can stop this with immediate effect. Love you so much, ending with loving words again. Now go and have a nice deep sleep because it is very good for your health and growth. So you are going to end it with loving words. Okay. So this is the format. This is an indirect sentence format. I will tell you positive way of conveying it to the child. I use it for bedwetting. Okay. If your child is about 2 years still has this thumb sucking, you can use this thumb sucking template. And if your child is above 3.5 4 years still bedwetting, there you can use bedwetting pattern template in a positive way. Positive way in the sense it's nothing but whatever you want the child to be, you are expecting the child to do, you will be putting it as if already the child is doing it. That's it. Okay, nothing much changes here. So I just read out the same format. I just make orally few changes. You can observe that. You can put it in your template the same words. My dear sweet Aditri, Mama loves you so much. You are a very good child. You are such a great blessing and joy for me and daddy and all others at home. So here this you are going to take it out. I want you to refrain all that you are not going to use. Whenever you want to pass, you want to go for susu, you are waking up mama. Mama is taking you inside the bathroom. You are passing susu on the commode, coming back and sleeping on the bed. The clear instructions, whatever you are going to witness, that you are just going to put it as if already the child is doing it. That is the way how positively you have to convey. You are a brilliant and kind baby and I am sure you are listening to mama and I love you so much. Now go and have a deep sleep. It is very good for your health and growth. You are going to end it like this. So this is the positive way of conveying it. I hope you got it and try it out. And this is like you have to use the same lines in the night sleep. Only in the night sleep you do this. You know, in case if your child is going to sleep only after you sleep, after a few hours of you sleep, any such cases, you do it early in the morning before the child wakes up. Just half an hour early to it you do. There also the subconscious mind is very active. You can see the results. Okay. So few more things to note. You are not supposed to use any negative words and sentences in the phrase. In the format. It's like don't do this, not to go, don't yell, don't scream. No such words. That will never get into the child's head. So don't use any such things. Always it should be in a positive way or in an indirect way. And you have to do it every day. You have to do it every day till you get the results. When you are going to get the results, nobody knows. You may see the changes in a day. You may see the changes in 2 days or 1 week, 1 month or 2 months also. It depends on the habit, how long it was with the child. Okay. If it reaches the subconscious on the same day, immediately second day itself you will start seeing the results. There are many parents on 5th day of boot camp, they start telling us that the SLT is working for me, SLT is working for me, because they have kind of used it at the right time. Okay. So please give it a try and see the results and do give us the feedbacks. We all parents have used this SLT for silliest to serious reasons. Okay, we are all very happy in terms of getting the results. You can also get it, and it's going to be a boon for you definitely if you see, do it religiously and get the results, and you will use it for many reasons definitely. Okay, so this is about SLT. What you are supposed to do with 0 to 2 years children? Yeah, once again, one more point I want to convey. You have to use SLT only for one behavior at a time. Okay, you cannot put multiple things in one template. You want to change bedwetting, you want to change thumb sucking, you want to change haphazard sleep patterns, everything you cannot put it in one go. Only one behavior at a time. Once you see the changes in one behavior, you can move on to the next behavior. Okay, so this is one more thing what I wanted to convey. Next, if you have two children, whisper individually in each of the child's ear. Okay, so if you have one child, either you can whisper it or you can even tell loudly, it doesn't matter. Whatever it works out best for you, you stick to that. It is not compulsorily you have to whisper, you have to tell loudly, anything you can use. Few children get it when you whisper it, few easily when you talk loudly. So whatever it works out for you, you do it. In case if your child is waking up when you are talking to the child, in such cases you whisper, or maybe you look for the timing. It is not like still got on to the deep sleep and subconscious is not active. That is where they also start responding it back. Okay, so these are the things which you need to look for. Again, 0 to 2 years kids, if you have, you only use positive affirmations. Okay, as my child, second child, my son was born, I started it from the day one. Okay, I used to only use 4 sentences. For many years I did it. I still see all the 4. It's very nice with him and I'm very happy about it too. It's like I used to tell, Amartya eats well, Amartya sleeps well, Amartya plays well, and Amartya is a quick learner. That's it. Only 4 sentences I used to use with him. So Amartya eats well, plays well, sleeps well, and is a quick learner. That's it. Okay, and maybe you can use you are a healthy baby, you are a happy child, you are a brave child. Not everything put together. Use any 4, maximum 4. Otherwise, only 1 or 2 will also do. Okay, like this you can only give positive affirmations. You are a strong girl, you are a brave child, anything, whatever you want to. So 0 to 2 years, use only the positive affirmations. Even 2 years plus, if you feel you don't have anything to address negatively as bad behaviors, please use some positive affirmations. It really works wonders. Okay, yeah. So you do your research on subconscious mind. In case if you don't believe, if you believe, do it religiously, you will see wonderful results. Okay, yeah. So don't do any mistakes. In case do any mistakes, you will not get the right results. You will lose interest in terms of SLT. So don't do that. Fine, I am done with this topic and I hope it's going to be a boon for you. If you are also feeling the same, do put it as an eye opener or bulb on. Take that water break and I come back again. Yes, wonderful. Next, quickly moving on to the golden rules of subconscious parenting. Okay, so yes, it's not at 9, right? Okay, great, fine. So golden rules of subconscious parenting. Let's move on to this 3 golden rules, and after this we will be starting with Q&A, question answer sessions. So the role modeling, communication or listening, and the third one is consistency. These are the 3 golden rules in parenting. So basically, what is the subconscious parenting? First we need to understand that. So as if you have attended yesterday's session, I feel that Mr. Raghunath would have kind of spoken about how he learned driving, and maybe how you master those basics in subconscious mind and how easily you will be able to drive. You know the concept, right? Anything. So when you learn for the first time, how you do, you hold the steering, you sit front, and you're so conscious about everything. You can't talk to the person who is sitting next to you, or maybe you are very conscious about everything. Once you learn the art of driving, You master the skills. It's like kind of synced in the concept, or maybe synced in the basics, what you need to know when you actually are driving. Then you relax, even sit and drive in one hand as well, right? So you can still eat something, you can text somebody, you can just talk to the other person, you can listen to songs and still drive. You have the control over everything because subconsciously you have synced in the basics. So basics are always boring, but once you sink into your subconscious, it's going to be a easy journey, isn't it? We also need to have that easy journey to enjoy this parenthood. So to master this easy journey, you need to master a few basics. So what are the basics? These are the three golden subconscious parenting rules, are the basic rules which you need to know and execute it rightly between 0 to 8 years. You can enjoy your parenthood thoroughly. Fine. Let's understand what is this role modeling. See, this role modeling is nothing but copying others. So every child, if you have a child who is between 0 to 6 years, you would have observed your child copying you, right? You wear a dupatta, the child would want to wear a dupatta like you. You wash some vessels, the child would want to wash. You mop the floor, the child would want to mop the floor. Or maybe you just work on the laptop and you talk to somebody over the phone, the child would want to copy you. These are the things. Even father wearing big shoes, the child also wants to wear big shoes and walk around. I hope everybody would have kind of gone through this same experience what I'm talking about, right? So this is what is role modeling. So we constantly copy others like this, from the childhood. 0 to 6 years children, they only copy us because we are the nearest, dearest world for them. So parents are the first exposure what they get, and immediate again the home atmosphere, the people at home, neighbors, maybe the friends who visit us daily or relatives who visit us. Like this, the neighborhood becomes their world. So whatever it is there around, they start absorbing the same, right? So they just copy the same. So we need to be better role models for our children. Okay, so because we set everything in them, they copy us, whatever we do they do. So it doesn't matter whatever you preach them, because it never gets into their head. Whatever you do, it counts. You want your children to be something, you be that, your child will just absorb you. That's the simple concept which we need to understand. For example, I just want to take small examples for all the three concepts here. So your child is around 3.5 years, 4 years something, and you have given the GAN saying that lying is bad. You are not supposed to lie. If you lie, you will be punished. So this is the message which you have given your child. So the child knows this. And one day, all of you at home, you are there, your spouse, your child, everybody. Though everybody at home, the child is just playing, the child is just playing with a car or something. The child is always very attentive towards everybody's voices and noises. The child knows what is happening at home, isn't it? Anybody? Yes, for this, the child is a very great observer and the child knows who is doing what. The child really knows. So when a phone call comes and your husband need to pick up the call, your husband gets a phone call and you need to pick up the call and say he is not at home. I will ask him to call you once he is back home. So you said that, okay? No, my husband is not at home. I will ask him to call you back. So your child is just who is playing. The child is just thinking, Mama is lying. Papa is here only, but Mama is lying. She will be punished. So once Mama keeps the phone down, what is the expression? What is the reaction? Nothing. The situation was as earlier it was, right? That means the child will never come to Mama and ask, Mama, you have told me this, you are not punished. No, the child will never come and ask you. But the child analyzes it as, oh, sometimes lying is fine. You can do this. Sometimes it's fine. So the child analyzes in this way. And this sometime may go on as every time in child's life later. So who is the culprit? We did a small mistake like this. We didn't even realize that it's a mistake, and we just we do the things so casually. We take everything granted like anything, for granted like anything, right? So see, these are the small things which impacts the young minds. We need to be literally careful about such things. If you want to be a better role model, you need to follow whatever you have said. If you don't follow, your child will never respect that. 15 minutes continuous preaching, it never works. A small 1 second action will make a very big impact. In case if you want to attend this call and say your husband is not at home, please go to the other room and say, because we do have different rooms in our house, right? It is not that in the same room we all live, and no, nowadays we also know who is calling, right? So please just don't do it religiously in front of your children. Put that effort, be conscious. It is also called conscious parenting. So please do that. So you can be a very better role model for your child. So this role model ship keeps changing later on as they grow. First it's parents, and then it's like teachers, and then friends parents. Oh, my father is a hero all these years. Now I realize that okay, my friend's father is better hero. He looks like a superhero than my father. It's all, we also have gone through these phases, right? And then maybe a good professor, a teacher, as a teenager, they feel that they are ultimate, and then they realize that the people who actually take them in a right direction, they feel, oh, they are great role models. And then maybe a time comes to some famous personalities, they start looking at them as role models, right? Or maybe a successful aunt in the family, uncle in the family can be a role model. So it keeps changing. Ultimately, when they become parents, they should always look back to us and role model only us. That should be the idea. When they look back, how I need to give this, the right parenting, it should be like my parents. That's the way they should think. Because wow, what the kind of values they have given me, what kind of upbringing they have given me, what kind of belief system I have. So it's all because of my parents, and I want to be like my parent. So to my child, if they are able to think to that level, yes, definitely that's going to be a great parenting what we have done, right? So maybe we need to, more than expecting from children, accept, because there is a huge generation gap for us and our children. Whatever we have with our parents, it's a very small generation gap, but with our children, it's a gadget world, and we also are lacking in terms of understanding that, because it's a very huge gap what we have. More than you start expecting from your children, you start making a very big gap between your age group and their age group. So start enjoying the journey, start learning from them, start accepting the children as they are growing, and you need to move on happily, otherwise it's going to hurt you a lot. Fine. So definitely that's one good piece of advice you can take it as. And I will move on to the next aspect, that is communication. Okay, this communication is a very interesting topic in parenting. There are many parents who do tell me that their children doesn't listen to them. When they say, they don't even uh, they just look very careless. They don't even, I don't even realize that the child is listening to me. That's how they come and tell me why this is happening. So let me put it this way. I would like to take one small example. If you have a child who is 6 years old and is not listening to you, you just let me know in case if this is the reason. So generally what happens when you have 1 year, 2 years, 3 years old child, how we do the things just like that, without that, maybe not putting that effort, or maybe not being so very conscious about it. We just generally do the things. The child, when we are very busy over a phone call, or maybe just standing and talking to the next door aunt, the baby comes and calls you, mama, 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 mama. The baby is calling you. You are not even minding the baby, because the child is just 1 year, 2 years and 3 years, and what the child has to communicate to us, we are very busily conversing with the next door aunt. So what happens with this? The baby calling you for 2, 3 times, 4 times, the baby goes off. Okay? What the baby is understanding here, what the child is analyzing and understanding here is, okay, this is how we can respond. So this is what is the communication. This is how we need to listen to others. Okay? And maybe the same baby who is after 6 years, you are rolling chapatis for the dinner, the baby is watching the TV and you are calling the child, baby come now, it's dinner time, let's have dinner, you take your plate, put the chapatis. Nothing the child hears, nothing gets into the child's ear. So that means this is how the child has learned and this is how the child is reflecting. Who actually is responsible here? Because listening is a skill which we have developed it from our parents. How much your parents have heard you, the same amount of listening can happen with you, with the outer world. So you have to be very carefully listening to your child to develop that listening in your child, because when they listen better, they learn better, right? So we need to listen to them very carefully. So when I am talking, 35 of you, few of you are just understanding 80% out of my talk, few of you are just getting 50% out of my talk, few of you are just 10%, but still you are here. It means you are trying to grab something, right? So that means listening is very, very important to understand things, to learn better. We need to make our children also listen to everything better. How we can make? When we listen to them carefully, they can listen to the outer world carefully. Please do it as an activity every day, at least 5-10 minutes. Ask them to communicate to you what they have gone through since from morning to evening. So let them communicate to you. You just keep listening, don't judge them, so don't give any comments, you're not supposed to do like this, you're not supposed to do, don't talk any such things, except address their emotion. In case if you want to correct anything in them, give that solution in a form of a story. You just bring in your own characters. You want to correct your child's mistake, you bring that mistake in your story, and how the characters handled, you tell the child and ask the child, what would you like to do? So let the child take this decision. When you do this, it's going to be easy for the child to understand his mistakes and correct it himself. Okay, the last but not the least, consistency. So this is something, if your child is very adamant and not listening to you, it's like he wants it, very tantrumful, this is all because of the parent not being consistent, so your child, you have taken the child to a shopping mall, the child wants the toy which is already 3 red cars are at home, 4th red car the child wants, and you say, no, we are not going to buy this, it's a waste of money, you already have 3 cars, why you want 4th? The child says, no, I want it, and then the child goes to papa, and the papa also says the same. The child is not convinced, the child falls on the floor, rolls on the floor, and he creates a drama over there, people looking at you, you are getting embarrassed, and you just say, let's buy this, it's just 50 rupees toy, and let's buy this, this boy keep quiet for this moment. If this happens, the child knows the parent psychology. The child understands, okay, this, my mama's 7th no will convert as 8th S, till then I have to hold on and cry. This is how the child analyzes the parent's psychology. So please do not do this. Be consistent. Your one no should be an ever no. Your one yes should be an ever yes. You need not to say no to everything. Think and say no. If it is required, say yes, give it. If it is a no, say no and come. You need to face this no and situation for 3-4 times, and 4th time the child knows this is how my mama is. If she says yes, it's an yes. If she says no, it's a no. The child knows. Till then, the child will take you for a ride. So you need to be very consistent. Before you take the child to a shopping mall, you need to convey why we are going, for what reason. This is exclusively mama's grocery shopping. You will not get much. If you get also, the budget we have set for 20 rupees. You set 20, 200, 2000, whatever you want, you set. But convey to the child. Okay, so what you want to do with 20 rupees? Once we go there, we choose the things what we get. We help take the shopkeeper's help. So if the child picks up a big toy which is more than 2000 and your budget is 20 rupees, talk about it. It's a big money. It's a small money. This is what we have assigned. For what for this money what you get, with that you can have two options and you can select what you want to do. First mama shopping you want to help or you want to finish off yours. So in case if yours, just give two options, red lollipop or yellow lollipop. If it is red, you should not be shifting to yellow because mama is not going to give that option again, because you are also teaching decision making skill through this. Okay, so please be consistent and communicate whatever you are going to do with your child before you do. You are preparing them mentally. Even you can also do it with very young children, 0 to 1 year. Give running commentary at home whatever you are doing with them. Before giving food, tell them mama is going to feed you now, mama is going to take you to bath now, mama is going to do give you medicines now. You know, everything you tell and do it. Do not ask the permission. Would you like to eat food? No, don't ask. This is lunch time. You're going to eat food. This is dinner time. We are going to have dinner now. You know, like that only you have to address and convey. When you do this, they are mentally prepared. They'll be very calm. So it is not that they show a lot of tantrums. Okay, so I am kind of done with this. You also need to set lot of family rules. Okay, so set it with a very polite tone. You need not to be harsh, you need not to be shouting. All the family values, family rules, everything needs to be set in a polite way. So with that I would like to end today's session. That means this share I'm going to stop it now. In case if you are in a hurry, you want to leave the meeting, you can, but do give the feedback of today's session, after which you please go through the recording of question answer session. If you have a question to ask, stay back and you can unmute yourself. You can ask me the question, but you have to put your name in the chat box. Please put your name in the chat box. The names which I'm going to call out, those people can unmute and ask the question. Okay. Sapna, please ask your question. Unmute yourself. I'm going to pin your video. Yes. Others,
Hello.
if you are staying back, stay here. Otherwise, if you are leaving, do give the feedback of today's session in the group. Yes.
Uh, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, yes, very much.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, it was a very nice session. Thanks. Like so many things, probably I understand why my son is doing it now. Thanks for the
Wonderful.
session, first of all.
Yeah.
I have a couple of things. Like I'll be very quick. First one is like he's a little bit speech delay, not too much. Like now he's already picked up and he's using one single words, but very influential words like I want food and all that. Like he started using all those words, but he's 4 years old. I know the speed is a little slow. But what he does is most of the times, right? He uses his legs to express his, he's not interested or he's bored. So he starts, using his legs when he's sleeping, and he is not sitting. Most of the times, he uses sleeping position, especially when he's bored and all. So how to correct it? Can we use SLT for these kind of things, or
You can use, but you need to engage the child in a right way. He needs little more
yeah,
activities and his energy needs to be channelized in a proper way. I think at
yeah.
tomorrow's session, I will be talking about the developmental areas and the activities, what can be done to engage children. I think that should help you out.
Okay. And I know it's a very silly question. I will make it quick. He doesn't brush his teeth. He swallows. So can we use SLT for this? I know I'm not going to do it at the
You
same
can
time.
use. Also show some videos, talk about why brushing and how germs can, spoil
Hmm.
the beauty and
I tried couple of things. It's not working. All that he knows is once he enters, he likes to swallow his toothpaste and then he enjoys. That's it.
see, every day, yeah, SLT you can try, but one by one you can try, not
Yeah,
every
I know, I
day.
know. One by one, whichever is prioritized, right? I will do it.
Yes, yes. So better you, kind of take his pictures,
Mm-hmm.
to make it interesting. It's like more of, you need to create that interest in the child, basically, don't keep telling him. Instead of that, tell him in a creative way, in a unique way. It is not that now go and brush your teeth, go on. It's something
No, no.
monotonous, the child
Yeah.
doesn't like it. So make it interesting. So,
Okay.
mama, maybe one day you're going to just put it as mama is going to brush her teeth now. Mama loves to kill all the germs. I'm going to fight my germs, something in front of him. Maybe
Hmm.
take his pictures of he going to the bathroom, taking the brush, he is brushing all the pictures and paste it. When he wakes up, maybe first thing what he is going to see is his picture he brushing. How about doing this? Something like that. Make it very interesting. I think that should help him. It is not.
Sure, ma'am. Sure,
It's
ma'am.
a phase. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, he's got speech delay. It's all because of pandemic and we not giving time to him. But once I started giving him time, he's really picked up well.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah, I'm
avoid
trying to be
screens.
positive about it.
Yeah, avoid screens. Talk to him more and use rhythmic words when you are trying to communicate with him. And whatever he is feeling, give him all the feeling words. So he is bored, maybe frustrated, happy, excited, sad. All such words you need to introduce him more and more. Maybe through some flashcards or some ideas you can use and start communicating like that. Is baby feeling bored? Is baby sad? Mama is telling like this. Is baby super excited to do this work? When you start asking like this, he will know how to express what he is feeling.
I
So
got it.
need to communicate more like that. He will pick it up.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Yeah. Madhurima, please unmute yourself.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, hi. Good evening.
My daughter is actually 2.5 months old, and
2.5
she,
months.
yeah,
Madhur.
2.5 months, and she is a little speech delayed. First doctor,
2.5 years or months?
2.2 years, 5 months.
2 years, 5 months. Okay.
Mm. Actually, first doctors told us she has ASD and all. We got little panicked, and she was born in the first lockdown, so everything is in the lockdown. And when she came out like that. But now she picked up very well. There are zero symptoms of ASD, and everything is going
What
fine.
was the symptoms? What you observed?
No eye contact, ma'am.
Okay.
No, first of all, I observed the no eye contact.
At what age? What age you observed?
Actually, 18 to 20 months only, I observed actually there is no eye contact. When I'm calling her name, she will not respond to me. Then I talked to my husband, why she is not responding, why is she not asking, Mama, I want some water. Mama, I want food. Now I'm hungry. She'll not ask like that. Then we got doubt, and we thought we'll just join her in the play school, and then she'll pick up eventually. But that didn't work actually. And then we consulted doctors, and they said there is a mild AHD. Maybe there is.
The reason was the child left in front of screens more.
Yeah, because of the lockdowns and all, we are both working and screen time. Yeah, there are some reasons. But when the ASD symptoms, whatever I saw in my child, are almost ended when I started training her. I got the eye contact in within 3 days. I got the eye contact, and the name call response also I gotten within 15 days itself. She is responding to all the attention we are giving her. She's so good. But the only difference is she knows that if I show my photo and ask her who is this, she'll say Amma. She'll say Amma. She'll definitely say Amma, Daddy. She'll say, but she is not initiating. She'll not call us Amma. Amma, Am Kawa. Like that, she'll not at all tell. Now she is identifying everything. Like we are putting her books. She loves books, fruits, and all. And all, we are giving all the attention to her. Then she's identifying all the fruits, vegetables. She'll ask us, I want to read the books now. She's so
Okay.
good at now.
Okay. So what is the issue now?
She's not differentiating others from us. If someone says hi, she'll just say she'll be attached to them instantly, and if they want to take with her, she'll go. She cannot differentiate between who is ours and who are uh, who are other people? They're not safe. We should not go to them. She's not identifying them, and also she's not taking initiative. Like she's not calling Amma, Daddy for the basic needs. I'm
See,
hungry.
as you have shown in pictures and said, this is Amma, this is Papa, all such things, you stand as a family and you keep talking about yourself. This is
Okay,
Mama and daughter, daughter's name, Mama, Mama's name, Papa, physical Mama, Papa, you start introducing. I think that should
okay,
work
okay,
with her. She is maybe
okay,
trying
okay,
to correlate like that. The
okay,
others
okay.
who come and talk to her, and she is super excited to meet
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
new people. She's getting used to. That is fine. As of now it is fine. It is not that she is not differentiating. It is doesn't know how to show that emotion, and she is just excited equally as she is with you. That's it.
Okay,
So
okay,
don't
okay,
worry
okay.
about that. Slowly, when you start introducing them, aunt, uncle, names, all such things, our family, this their family, so like that. When you start introducing such things into her life, she will get it. She is just 2.5 years. It's absolutely fine. She will pick it up. Nothing to worry about. But
Mm.
put that effort. Don't give her
Yes.
any screens. Give her only
Mm.
healthy food. Use only ghee. Don't use all the refined oils. Give
Okay,
more
okay,
of
okay.
vegetable soups and fruit smoothies for her snacks and things like that. Use dry fruits. Do not use any junk food. Even with the food, with lot of interaction with the baby, you can correct all such things as you are
Okay,
able
okay.
to tackle it within 2.5 years and things like that. It's going to be easy. Nothing to worry much.
Um,
Worry.
how can I mold SLT into this, ma'am? How can I make my child to call me whenever she's needed? I want
Yeah,
her to call.
absolutely. It's like whenever you want whenever you want anything, you will come to mama, you will call mama. You introduce yourself, say it is not showing photo and picture and saying mama, mama. So she wants something, she will show you, right? If she wants water, what she does, she shows
She'll
you.
just grab my hand and she'll go to
She will
water.
do that, right? Oh, baby wants water. Mama will give you water. So, Mama will give you water. She is very kutti, you don't worry. She will get it. She will pick it up.
Okay, okay,
So,
okay,
you are
okay.
more worried, that's it. So, throw
Yeah,
out your worry. And whatever she is doing for 2.5 years is fine. It's okay. As you observe her, she developing the eye contact. It was just that is what was required. That
yeah,
individual
yeah.
attention was required. Start giving that attention and start.
Okay, okay.
So whatever the lines you want to hear from her, you start telling her. Oh, baby
In
wants
SLT. Okay,
water.
ma'am.
Mama understood. Baby wants water. How baby is going to ask mom? Mama, give me water. So you say and give it to her.
Okay, okay.
So, mama is giving you water. What is mama's name? So, sometime else, not in the same conversation. It's like keep talking, keep introducing yourself, and that should settle. Nothing to worry.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Welcome. So, Radhika, please unmute yourself.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Your session was very good. I have a 3 years, 3 months old daughter. She's having a habit of thumb sucking. So every time I tell her while sleeping, you should not be sucking the thumb, it is not good for you. So she listens one day and she still
How
puts the
old is she?
finger.
How old is she?
3 years, 3 months.
Okay, thumb sucking. You do
Yes.
SMT, the same template what we have used, right? Same thing you follow.
So what she does is when we tell the second day same thing, she just denies to listen. She just goes to bed.
They
She
were,
gets up.
I think
Yeah.
you were there from the beginning.
Yes. Yes.
So you heard whatever I said, right?
Yes. Yes.
Even in the SLT, I told you, when you tell them, they don't listen. They tend to
Yes.
feel that what happens if I do, right? So please
Yes.
simply do SLT. Do not ever remind the child to not put the thumb into her mouth. Ignore it completely. Though you start giving importance, more and more importance to that, she will keep doing it
Keep
more.
doing again and again. Yes.
That's
Okay.
the tendency of anybody. If I ask you, don't look at your window till we are done with the session. What happens?
Yes. So we'll try to see.
See once what is happening, why she is telling, she is sitting there and I am at my home and what is she, why is she bothering me? No, I just want to see once. That happens.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
very natural tendency, even with your child as well.
Okay.
It's absolutely fine, but do not focus on such negatives in the child. Always point out the positivity, what you see there, and appreciate it. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Catch them, kind of always you need to catch them with their positivity, not with negative things.
Okay.
Give more importance to negative, and it is going to grow big.
Grow more. Yes.
Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Harish, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm facing the problem is my son is 3.7 years old. Now is the speech delay issue is there. And one more thing, he is not responding his name. Other music and all is listening, but his name is not, when you calling the name, he is not responding. And one more thing, he is more aggressive and he is more interested on the vehicles. The auto vehicles is going the out, he is come immediately come outside, is seeing as running behind the vehicle only. That
Okay.
is the issue you are facing.
Hmm.
Now I still is I'm not joined any school. I don't know is I can join into the special education or normal education, ma'am.
How is his eye contact?
Eye contact previous is not there. Now is improving, ma'am.
How
And
many
words
hours a
also
day he is watching his screens, TV or something, mobile?
no, ma'am. Now is totally stopped, madam. Now we are not giving the screens because pandemic situation. We are also given the mobiles and all. That is the reason I think you are facing the problem. Okay. Now 3.7 years still is not going to the schools and all. That is the issue
Yeah,
is
that
there.
is because he was kind of, not able to cope up with everything, right? So, because, see, what happens, I'll tell you, maybe I'm going to cover about screen and its effects tomorrow. As of now, maybe did you take him to any doctor?
Yes, ma'am. One time I shown this Mysore hospital. They are checked and they told 3 months therapy is needed for your child. They told some sensory issues is there.
Yeah.
That's it. And the 3 months therapy is needed for
He's
your
going
child.
for therapies? Is he
No,
under?
madam. Still is not started because they told after next first they told call to the therapy because now is filled. That is the reason to have the space. They told after first only. I can try it in after first.
Okay. See, you need to start working with your child from the beginning. Now is the kind of, now you have realized that something went wrong and because of which he is all facing all these issues, right? So, you need to stop the screens completely in case if it is possible. You need to give that individual attention. So, school, suddenly if he goes, we don't know how he is going to accept. So therapies, you please do it as he is already 3.7 years. In case if the doctor is suggesting to improve his sensory skills or something, do it. Otherwise, if you can cater, please start doing plenty of activities with him. So tomorrow I'm going to address all such activities and developmental areas. So do attend. You will get a kind of scheduling frame how you can work with your child. So with that you can start doing it, and you need to do a lot of stimulation, language stimulation, sensory stimulation, even therapies. So in case if you do it within 6 months, 1 year, even diet, if you are giving any junk food, do avoid all such things. I think all this should cater within 6 months. He should at least, make that eye contact and start talking. What happens with lot of screen? They cannot process what we tell them. They'll be hyper. They'll be kind of very active. They don't know how to deal with themselves. They don't know how to take instructions from elders, and they don't know how to follow. All such
Yes,
issues because of more of screens and lack of sleep.
yes,
So this is kind of already done. We can't avoid, we can't go back and correct anything. Maybe as of now, screen, if you are not giving, what else you are doing now?
no, he's now he's playing with the other,
Children.
yeah, other children, madam.
That's good.
Because
That's good. Fine.
younger is
That
there.
is good.
Yeah, younger one baby also is there. Now he's playing with the baby. And I'm searched in website also, ma'am. There's a ND Ayurvedic there. supplying the two Ayurvedic medicines. There is a Breno R and Breno Active. Now I am giving night and morning, but I don't know that is the right medicine or not. But I'm searching. When I'm searching the website is showing the India Ayurvedic some medicines. I'm getting from the I think Haryana.
I don't know how the medicines are going to be helpful. I really don't know about that. But definitely with the stimulation, you can bring him to the normal tendency. With the sensory activities, what you need to do. I think you should go for only 3 months therapy, right? It is really good. There is nothing they do. They will be just making the child do some games. That's it.
Okay.
So some activities, some puzzles, some joining, sorting, such things, which will activate their brain. That needs to be done. So more than medication, I would suggest you to go with these things.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so complete this 5 days boot camp. I think there also you will find something. Okay.
Okay.
So other than that, I would suggest you please you can go through the therapies. If it is just 3 months, I would damn completely encourage that and complete it. That
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
really
Because
help him. Even
yeah
the
now.
from home, you need to do plenty of activities. He need to play with others, peer group, and he needs to go through therapies. Everything put together, then you can put him to his school and normal mainstream. You can bring him there and start. Don't go for special education and all as of now. Not required. You just
Yes.
work with him individually to stimulate his all sensory organs.
Yes, ma'am. Now improvement is coming, madam. Eye contact and they try to tell now two words and all. Just
Good.
calling papa and mom and all now.
Do more of reading, pictures, books, rhymes, and such things, coloring, drawing. Attend tomorrow's session. I'll be talking about more activities.
Yeah, but there is listening music and all. But when he calling his name, he's not responding, madam. That is the issue is there. But
Okay.
sounds and all is much interesting and all is there in music. But when you are calling the name, he's not responding. That is the
What
issue.
he does when you call him, he will
He's
not
not.
even. He doesn't know that it is his name.
Hanin, madam. Hanin.
No.
H-A-N
From
double
the
N.
beginning, he doesn't know how to respond.
No, madam. From beginning also, I don't know. That is the issue. Some other musics and all they listen when he's
When you
car
when you
sound.
call his name, also you call him in a very rhythmic tone.
Yes, ma'am.
Some modulation you need to use and start tell him that you what is the baby's name. Younger child is also there, no?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
introduce her name to him, his name to him, your name to him, mama's name, papa's name, baby's name, your name, like that. Keep introducing the names every day, once or twice. So you need to put an effort to make him realize who he is, right? So which name he is called with. So you just need to repeatedly keep telling him.
Up to 1.5, 3 years is a no issue, madam. Is going, everything is good. After the pandemic only is getting the issues and all.
I know the pandemic it impacted so many lives like this in various ways. And there are so many cases like this. It's not only yours. But
Yeah.
as of now, he is bit better. As he is improvising with his eye contact and all, you should start stimulating in various ways.
Yes, he's calling my name and all now.
Okay,
Now
good.
his improvement is there, ma'am.
Very good, very
And
good.
that the rhymes and all is telling A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 10 they're telling. They
Fine,
try to
fine.
tell.
Very nice.
Okay.
That's good, but nothing to worry, okay? So he can be kind of in another 6 months, I think he should be very fine. Just put
Okay.
your efforts in a right way. That's very much required.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
So, Mama, right? Please unmute yourself.
Hello, ma'am. Hi.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, actually, I have a 3 years old daughter. She just turned 3, and the second baby is on the way. So,
Hmm.
like in the mid session, you said that I shouldn't feel guilty that 3 years have passed, right? Like, but in those 3 years, my daughter was like actually the pandemic child. So I learned a lot with her. Like with my calmness, I learned that I can calm her even more.
Correct.
Right. With my aggression, like I used to get very irritated. So I myself slowly and I improved a lot. She had speech delay, but eventually it was better with time. But still, the issue that I'm facing is that she has a very short attention period.
How long? That short attention period is how long?
Like 10-15 minutes. She doesn't play with toys.
10-15 minutes is a big timing.
With so many toys. Like I prepare stations, like different stations, like cubes here and some toys a little far from her, and some toys elsewhere. So she gets a chance, but still she gets bored, and she asks for screen time, which is like and even with the screen time she's not satisfied. Like after like few minutes she'll leave the phone. It's not like she
It's okay.
started.
It's absolutely okay at this age. Basically, it's just 7 minutes a day where they can concentrate completely. It's more
7.
than 10-15 minutes if it's going, it's a huge timing, I would say.
Okay.
So,
And I didn't know about SLT, sleep technique. So how often can I change the topics? Like if I have to introduce 2-3 behaviors in her, or I have to
after
change.
you get results for one behavior, then after a week you can start with the other behavior.
So I can understand that phase that matlab, in one
Okay.
session.
See, if you are trying it for thumb sucking habit, once she gets rid of it,
Okay.
though she gets rid of thumb sucking, you will be keep using the same lines for another 1 week, and then you leave it. And then
Okay.
newly you start with a something else, maybe you want to settle her sleep pattern or something that you are going to use it later. After 1 week, you will be against.
At a time.
Sorry?
Not only one activity at a time, not two, three.
One, yeah,
Okay.
one behavior at a time.
One behavior at a time.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Sona, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, hi, ma'am.
Yeah.
I My problem is that my child, I think you can hear now also. Every night before sleeping, he will do lot of tantrums, screaming, shouting, biting, pulling hairs. Until and unless I scold or slap him, he will not sleep.
What is the age?
This is his regular practice.
What is the age?
He's 2.8.
Okay. Please put the
And he
baby
do
in
it
the sleep
purposefully.
early.
I can make it out to make me
Yeah,
annoyed.
I got your point. See, now he is also in the same phase, I believe.
Yes,
So please
correct.
address the child immediately before the child gets into the tantrum mode. Give a early dinner and have a settled routine. Read a book or sing a song, something you do. Give all the importance to the child at that time. Put the baby to bed before the child feels it. Okay, so the child is kind of reached the peak time and unable to settle himself, unable to get into that mode. That is why he's crying. You need to attend the child very badly now. I don't even want to talk to you. Please attend the child.
Sure, ma'am. I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Before the child gets into that mode, you have to finish the child's dinner and put the child to sleep early. So that is what the child is giving you the caution. It's like, this is not the time. Please take care of me little early. Okay? Yeah. So, Princey, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, I'm from Kerala. So my son, he's in KG student, but as per his teacher, what his teacher is saying, and he can mingle with all the people, all the students, friends. But if while they're teaching, this son will go away, and he's not mingling with so a group, and he is listening from far, and he is answering the first one who is answering, that he is answering, but he is not joining in that group and learning what
What's the
teacher is
age?
saying.
What's the age?
4 o'clock, 4 years, 4 years.
4 years.
And I
He
got,
stands away from the group and he listens and
yeah,
he answers it rightly.
he's giving all the correct answers, and the first time he's the first one he's giving, but he's not joining in the group.
Does he have friends at home, near home?
Yeah, he's at home.
No, no. Does he have friends? Is
No,
any
no,
friends?
because we are
No. So he doesn't play with his peer group every day. You are on mute. Please unmute yourself.
We are staying in flat, and he got a lot of friends in the flat. That also I want to tell you one incident, means one thing for about him. And he's having that kind of friends, but he doesn't have anyone like intimate or best friends. Best is only in the school only. He only will kind of select one person, one student, and he will always tell me, "Man is today my best friend, and the other girl is not my best friend." And all no guys, boys only he will select, not girls.
Okay.
In that way. And the flat in the evening time, once he heard all the noise from all the friends sound, and he wanted to go immediately, and he wanted to play with them. The last person, everybody will leave, and the last person is he will not come until and unless the last person goes. So I
Okay.
have to wait
So
there.
did you check with him why he doesn't sit in the group and listen to teacher?
Yeah, I was asking, but he's not giving me any answer. He said, "Okay, nothing, Amma, nothing, Amma, nothing." Amma." But he's like, no, smiling his face, or he doesn't have any feeling that he's taking us a very like proudly. Yeah, whatever when a teacher saying also, he is very joke mind. He is accepting that, and he all the
It's
teachers they
okay.
like. So he's having good
Don't give
leadership
importance
quality.
to teachers' words now. Don't give importance to teachers' words now. As of now,
Yeah.
ignore
Okay.
that. It's absolutely fine with him. He is quite
Okay.
fine. I thought in case if he is not playing with his age group children, he is kind of feeling, lonely, and he is kind of putting himself lonely. That is what I was in the frame of mindset. Basically,
Yeah.
he's not like that. He enjoys the others' company. He's playing down and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
out. That is all fine, right? So this you can ignore
Okay.
as of now. Something
Okay.
is
Yeah.
getting him. It's like, "Yeah, I don't want this company or something, or maybe I want to stand there." It's absolutely fine.
No,
Uh,
no, no. Immediately he will mingle with all the group. Whoever is unless that they will not come here. He will
Anyway,
not
he's
be with
listening,
them.
answering the questions. That's not a big deal.
Okay.
He's with the, in the class, attentive. He's present.
Ah,
So that's
okay.
absolutely fine. It's okay.
And the writing and reading is he is not interested in this time. Is it okay?
As
While
of
we
now,
are.
see, basically, you start reading every day, bring in
Ah,
that interest towards reading more. So you need
ah,
to read age-relevant books and things like that. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about all that. So you know how you need to read a book to the child. You put in that habit into him. It's like 2, 3 months continuously when you start doing it. It's not he needs to
okay.
read, you need to read to him. When you start doing that, he will develop interest towards reading more and more. And writing,
Oh,
you give more of fine motor activities than writing skills. Okay. You
okay.
need to
Okay.
just get that grip, and this needs to be strengthened. That's it. So later you will get it. He just got introduced to school, right? He is also
Okay.
kind
Yeah.
of figuring out. In 1 or 2 years, he will settle. He understands the pattern.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah.
Welcome, welcome. So next, Poonam, right? So I have a question but can't unmute. My kid is sleeping. How can I stop him from saying abusive words? Uh, See, abusive words comes with the surroundings, with the environment. So let the child not grow with such environment, so that the child won't pick up such words. When he says you need to show your emotions, your feelings, what? Such words you're using? Oh my god, I never use such words. How did you get it? No, this is wrong. Mama is not going to accept this. Not as a family, too. We don't use such words. We are not supposed to use. These are wrong words. You need to convey. You need to, how firmly, how strongly you show it on your face, and you show it with your words, with eye to eye and with face to face contact. That is what the child gets it. So the child will then understand, okay, we are not a family of using such words, and we are not supposed to use such words. So though others use, we are not going to encourage, we are not going to pick it up. To that extent, you need to put that into the child's head. Next, I think Harish is over, and Poonam. demand is not fulfilled, the child starts crying. That is lack of your consistency. And also look for the demand, what the child is actually demanding for. In case if it can be given, please give. He wants to play with water, you need to have a water play every day, either at the bath time or in the garden, watering the plant somewhere. So such things, it is the child's requirement. We don't understand their requirement. We think that they are going to spill water and make the place dirty. Don't think like that. If it is a very requirement, and you need to give it to the child. Otherwise they feel very demanding and they show there that I want it to be done because you are not understanding me. Okay, so thank you. So very fantastic session. Thanks so much. 1-year-old child pinching, pulling hair, you need to teach the child slowly. You should not accept that behavior. Show your face, show your emotion on your face. Say no, this is not right. No, can't do this. From the beginning when we start showing this, why no, later we explain when they grow up little older. So when we start not accepting this behavior, the child also has a tendency to understand, oh, something wrong, right? So no, it hurts. No hurting anybody. It hurts. No hurting others. No, as a family, we don't accept hurting others. These things we need to put it into the children. When they start hitting others, pulling others, biting, your non-acceptance will tell them that this is not okay. Okay, fine. So we took a lot of time anyway, so that's fine. So I'll end the meeting for today. So end the session now. Good night all of you. Happy parenting. See you tomorrow. We'll meet again, and do give the feedback in today's session in the group, and also we post the links. You can share your feedbacks in the links as well. Thanks so much all of you.